Hello, gorgeous soul. Welcome. Today we're diving into a topic that affects all of us. It's the shame we often carry when thinking about or avoiding certain numbers in our lives. Can you relate? We all know that feeling of avoiding a number in our life. We often worry about the numbers that can vary from our weight, our rank at work, the time we spend on our phones, the numbers in our bank account, or the times we spend with loved ones, or even how we compare ourselves to others, or even the number of likes that we get on social media. Not knowing these numbers can haunt us and lead us to feelings of being stuck, weak, and disempowered. This shame spiral is all too common as we all navigate life. Many of us shy away from knowing the truth because it's uncomfortable. We fear that the numbers will confirm our worst suspicions. But first, it's critical to distinguish between the numbers you are in control of and the numbers that are actually influenced by others. For instance, your phone use is within your control, determined by your daily habits. And then if we look on the other hand of social media likes, that depend on others and others' reactions to your post. And that's beyond your direct control. You can keep improving your post. Ultimately, the likes are based on others' actions and opinions. It's critical to focus your energy on the numbers you are in control of. Placing worth in uncontrollable numbers can lead to depletion and self-doubt and feeling powerless. Let's begin with the story of a client of mine who was hesitant to step on the scale, fearing what the numbers would reveal to them. I absolutely love helping this client grow their successful business, but it was uncovered during our video calls that they had been wanting to lose weight, but they had been absolutely resistant to step on the scale due to the fear and shame. We talked through how much the shame of their weight was consuming their daily thoughts and energy and taking away from their business. That the cycle of beating themselves up daily wasn't helping anyone. They had been avoiding that scale for a super long time. The fear of seeing the numbers had led them to feelings of so much shame and inaction. But after our conversation of choosing to see the numbers with love, that the numbers don't define them, and they are exactly where they are meant to be right now. When they finally stepped on that scale later that week, the numbers were just that, numbers. Seeing their weight didn't instantly change their physical reality, but it did something even more important. It empowered them to take control of their health. It became a starting point for healthier choices, exercise, and a new outlook on life. They realized that the habit of ignoring their own health was holding them back for their true potential and had been going on for far too long. But when they finally stepped past that fear and stepped on the scale, something remarkable happened. Instead of shame, they felt empowered to make change. Even though the number on the scale was actually more than they realized. They stepped past the fear and shame of not knowing and realized by knowing their number, they could now take meaningful steps to track and make changes. That the action of finding out their weight actually helped them feel more empowered and stop the shame spiral of ignoring the reality. I was so incredibly proud of my client, who was extremely excited to celebrate their win of stepping on that scale with me. Now, no longer burdened by the shame of avoiding their numbers, they have an amazing new routine of eating foods that love them back and working out regularly. They are now feeling empowered and energized to grow their business and feel more momentum of moving towards the best version of themselves. When they confronted their fear, they realized the numbers on the scale were just numbers. And I had a similar revelation back when I decided to track my screen time back in 2018. I realized I was not fully aware of how I was spending my precious hours and feeling so time poor all the time. And it wasn't the life I wanted to keep living. I wanted to make changes. And when I did and started tracking it, I was shocked to realize that I had been spending the equivalent of about 5 hours a day on my phone, which when added up over the year is a whopping 77 days of screen time just on my phone, which today is about the average of what people are using their phones. And when I knew these numbers, it was uncomfortable, but it was eye-opening. I realized I was not fully aware of how I was spending my precious hours. I was unaware of spending so much time mindlessly scrolling on my phone. But instead of beating myself up, I slowly started making small changes. And with patience and persistence, I was able to shave 38 days of my time back by cutting down my phone use in half. Then I used this time to help start my business on the side while still working as a full-time real estate development executive. I would have absolutely sworn before I started tracking my time that I had zero extra time. But when I looked at the numbers with love and awareness, I was able to shift my reality beyond anything I thought was possible. The whole old adage, you can't change what you don't know, holds so true. Once you see the truth, you can gain the power to deal with it. I so believe in your power to look at your numbers. So think about whatever numbers you're avoiding and take the dive to take a look at them. I believe in you. Your success is inevitable. And if you found this video inspiring, please have a juicy like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can focus on creating a life that loves you back. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey of looking into your numbers. I believe that your success is inevitable. Sending you lots of love. I'll see you in the next video.